Good morning everybody. This is the first morning that I'm seeing the shelf like in daylight and I am so obsessed with it. I love it so much. But today we are gonna try to kind of reduce my physical TBR, and my dog's gonna help me pick the books, or the book probably, that I'm gonna read today. I have 3 picked out. We have a thriller, The Possession of Mr. Crave from Matt Haig, and then also the Harry Potter Prisoner of Azkaban that I started. If she picks that, then I'm just gonna finish that one. Millie has her very own little dog advent calendar, and we're just gonna let her pick the books by putting the treats of the advent calendar of the day on there, because usually there's like 5 or 6, so I can spread them out evenly. Oh, she's so excited. Isn't this dog advent calendar the cutest thing ever? It's a little like house with so many dogs. I've been trying to find one that kind of looks like Millie, but so far I haven't found one because they're all kind of big. But it's so cute. I love it. She's already very excited and sitting, so let's let her decide. Alright, we have our winner, The Playlist by Sebastian Fitzek. It's a psycho thriller, which is perfect for the holidays, right? But his books are always super fast-paced and easy and like fast to read, so I'm definitely gonna be able to finish this today. I'm just gonna take Millie on a little walk because she's very excited now, and then we're gonna get to reading. We're back from the walk, and I totally forgot to open the book advent calendar today and yesterday, so we have 2 books to open today. Let's start with the blue one. I think next year, if I do this again, I definitely need to number them because it was just this huge book stack and I kind of lost track of it sometimes. So definitely next year we're gonna number them. Another one by this author, The Therapy. This is actually a show, I think on Amazon Prime. It's so good and I've been really wanting to read this, and I totally forgot that I was in here. I have, wait, where is it? Can you see that right there? Where the silver book is. That is my kind of collection by this author, so now I have another book to add to that collection. I also think, for me personally, thrillers are great palate cleansers because they just are so quick, and I totally immerse myself into them because I get scared, especially thrillers by this author. But yeah, so I'm very happy that I have another one, and let's see what that one is. I knew that there were so many thrillers in there because thrillers are the like easiest books to buy secondhand because you usually just read them one time and then give them away. Yeah. What's that? I remember this one. I got this through Vinted. I have no idea what it's about, and it looks so like, what is this? It's called The Book That Finds You. It is also a thriller, I think. Thanks for talking to me yesterday. After talking to you, I was like really empowered, and I found this book, The Book That Finds You. The beginning is kind of scary, but I definitely have to talk to you about it. Let's meet up. This is like a weird text message. The first girl is called Marilee and the second girl is called Alina, and Alina is the one that sent Marilee the text, and Alina disappears after the text. And the question is, did she, I guess her brother died recently, did she follow him, or is there something else? Because David, Alina's brother, died in an accident, and then there's some stuff happening, and then Marilee, the friend, finds out that this book doesn't even exist, but suddenly it's like on her bed. That sounds so interesting. So yeah, we have another thriller. This is like the coolest cover I've ever seen. I am obsessed with it because this is me right now. Wait, there we go. That's me. I'm that person. So yeah, we have 2 thrillers to add to the shelf. Let's see actually where we can add them. It is so gloomy today. I can't even tell like what time it is. It's morning, but it feels like it's like 5 p.m. But I also just wanted to show you the little Christmas pillow I made. I finally finished it. I have these like green Christmas trees on there. I think it's not like super Christmassy. It's just winter themed, I guess, with white and green. The green wool is very rough and scratchy, but I think it kind of matches with being a tree, but I can't use it for anything else, so I'll probably make a couple more of these Christmas trees or like something else Christmas winter themed as decor or like as gift tags or something, so that I can still use it. But yeah, I'm so proud of it. Looks so cool. But now it is time to start the book. It says music is her life, 15 songs, decide how long it's going to be. And Oh, there is a playlist. Oh, I'm definitely gonna listen to that. It warns you that there's 2 other books that this book references, and if you haven't read those, you read those first if you plan on reading it, but they are not really connected, but also kind of, so I don't really know. Okay, so his books always have such a like big thing around them. I can't say story because it's always like physical things. I have another book by this author on my shelf, as you saw before, in my little collection, and in one of the books it references an experiment. Let me show you actually. I'll put the English cover of this up, but this is, I think, one of the older books of his, and it's about kind of an experiment of some sort. And without spoiling anything, there's a little note in here. And at first, like for a second, I was surprised. I was like, is this real? Obviously it's not. But it's so fun because it looks handwritten and it's like a regular post-it. And I bought this book secondhand and I was so surprised that it was actually in there. Obviously, if I were to sell this book, I would leave it in there too, but I'm gonna keep it because I think it's so cool. And with this song, because it is about music kind of, the songs, it says the songs in this book are real. They were composed specifically for this book, and the artists were influenced by the contents of the book to compose those songs. I think I'm gonna look up the playlist for this book. I found that it's an audiobook too, and it is combined with text, I guess, like reading, and then the music is also in there. So I think I might switch between physical book and audiobook, but I think I want to start out with just like normal physical reading, just so I have kind of a more open mind, I guess, and I'm not influenced by any voices. So yeah, let's get to reading. This is why I love this author, because there's always like a little catch or something, and it's always so, obviously it's a thriller and it's horrible, but it's always so fun. Chapter 1, and I'm already hooked. I think I can say what chapter 1 is about because that's not really a spoiler. Feline, I think her name is, the 15-year-old daughter of Thomas and Amelia, is missing. And Thomas goes like back to his house and he's like hello because he heard something or something. And then there's a note on the ground and it says, "I'm back, Dad." Like, she's back, and I guess that's what we're about to find out. And this is where the first song would be. Okay, let's start out with the first song. I have goosebumps. These books are always so good. I think I'm gonna switch to the audiobook for a little bit and knit my scarf. And it's not just an audiobook, like it's not only read, it's kind of like there's different characters and there's sounds, and it's like a whole, it's not an audiobook, what's it called? Apparently it's called radio book or radio drama. I think it's just a dramatized version of an audiobook. I think I'm gonna switch to that, and I'm gonna keep knitting my scarf. I started this a couple days ago, and for never having knit before in my entire life, I think I'm doing pretty good. It's a pretty good size so far. I think I made like 1 or 2 mistakes, but we're just gonna keep going because I've started this, I kid you not, 12 times. This is the 12th try, so I'm really trying to really like focus so nothing goes wrong, but also if something goes wrong, I don't care anymore because this is my 12th time. I did also order different knitting needles because these are kind of too short and this little connected thingy is annoying me. They should come today, and I'm hoping that I can finish this maybe before Christmas still. I think I could if I only knit today, like all I do today is knitting and listening to the audiobook and read. I think I could make like a pretty good dent in this. She's still deciding if she wants to lay down or not, but I am almost halfway through the book. Time passed so quickly, and it is now dark outside because it gets dark at like 4 p.m. I thought I was gonna switch to the physical book because, you know, halfway through I should probably make the switch, but then my Amazon package just got delivered with these giant knitting needles. I have so many, and all of the sizes you could ever need. They're 1.5, 2, 2.5, all the way until 10 millimeters. What am I gonna do with that many? I don't know, but this was the only like pack I could find that had the exact size that I need. Let's see where I can find them. And now that I have these, I obviously want to try them out. I could just use that and just knit it off there. I guess that works. This is basically reading thrillers and being a grandma, because that's what I am, that's what we are, Millie laid down here. But I love grandma activities. I just do, and I can't help it, and I'm not gonna change anything about that. Anyway, so I'm gonna try and do this. So far, I have to say I really like the audiobook. I think it's a great book to listen to as an audiobook. This audiobook, like the dramatized version, 10 out of 10. All of the noises in the background, all of the different characters, I love it. I am so invested. I had goosebumps a couple more times. I'm currently at the point where I'm pretty damn confused about what's going on, but that's inevitable with this author. At some point you just don't really know what's happening, but I think we are about to find out some more vital information about the case. And the thing is, here the people that are gonna solve this case, I'm hoping, is a blind therapist. Well, a physical therapist, a blind physical therapist. So she can't see, she can only like see shapes very blurrily. She had this like huge operation to make her eyes better, but it made it worse, so she can't see anything. She has a guide dog, and the dog almost died. And tell me why every time there is a dog in a book that's not a romance book, the dog, like, either it dies or something happens to it. Just leave the damn dogs alone. But she is one of the main characters, and then the other one is an actual like therapist, like a mental therapist, and the blind physical therapist is the therapist's client. Like, they have worked together. They also have been on a different case together, and I think they were both victims, and those, I think, are the books that come before that. And on Fable it says that this is part 3 of a series, so I guess it would make more sense to read the other parts first. I'll put them on. I have no idea what they're called in English. As I mentioned in the beginning, there is the girl that goes missing, and then she obviously has 2 parents, and her dad does like very suspicious things, and her mom just did something very messed up. I had to Google it. I hope it's not gonna mess up my Google search algorithm, whatever, because that's very concerning. But I think we are a big bit closer to solving the case, so I don't want to spoil anything. This was just kind of, I guess you can see why I'm confused, because there's just a lot happening, and I haven't even really gotten into the plot yet. This is just like very outline-ish. But I'm gonna try and put my scarf. Oh, I'm actually quite far too. I think I'll be done with this today, because I want this to be kind of a smaller, more casual scarf and not like a full like sweater layer. So I'm gonna try to put this on here and keep listening to the audiobook, and once I figured this out, I think then I'm actually gonna switch to the physical book, because the audiobook is 7 hours long and it is currently 5, and I don't have, well, I guess I do have 3 more hours in a day. We'll see. But I did do this so I could read a physical book and not just listen to the audiobook, but it's just so good. Oh my god, I'm so proud right now, because I've been suspecting a clue this whole time and they just now figured it out. The approach is a little bit different than I thought it would be, but I knew it. I have about 30 minutes left in the book, so we're gonna read those together, and I finished my scarf. It's kind of ugly, it doesn't really look like much, and it's a little bit too short, so I think I'm just gonna unravel this and create something new out of it. Either use 2 wool thingies to make a bigger scarf, or maybe think of a different pattern. Not think of, I can't think of a pattern. Google a different pattern, because like, it's okay. I think that's where the mistake happened actually. Is it? No. Well, there's a couple of mistakes, and also this one edge is kind of ugly and the other one's nice. I need to figure that out, because I think I was supposed to do an even amount of knots, but I didn't. We're gonna remake this, but it's okay. It just gave me something to do while listening to this book today. This is how much I've left, and so far I have to say the backstory to the book is very complicated, and I want to know more, and I think this should definitely be a like an official series and not just kind of a standalone that's kind of connected, because I think this book is gonna solve everything that's happened in the 2 books before. And I also think that not reading this one after reading the other 2 would be so unsatisfying, because it seems like that one of the other ones might be like an open end because of all the stuff that happens here, or maybe, I don't know, there is an end and then this one like destroys it all. I don't know, because I haven't read those. But since I know what happens, I think it doesn't really make sense to read the other 2 now, so I don't know, I probably won't. But let's finish this together. My reading buddy is also back. She jumped off the couch for no reason, and then I had to pick her up and put her up here again. I love her little floppy ears. Finished the book. I am not quite sure what I want to rate it yet, because I do feel that not having read the other 2 parts did definitely take away from it. I think that I would have liked it more if I had like all of the information, but I think it was still a good book. Very confusing, but again, it is the 3rd part in a series, more or less, and I think it would be a lot less confusing if you have all of the information. So right now I'm thinking probably 3 stars, which honestly is the most average rating for me for a thriller, because either I can guess it or it's a little bit too out there. This one was not too out there. I think it was definitely plausible, and I definitely did not see anything coming except for like the 2 very small things. My plot twist that I thought I guessed, that wasn't true. I was off about that, but still I would highly recommend all of this author's books, all really good. But again, I think this would make more sense as a series. But I think I need to do something else now to kind of unwind my mind from so much thriller and stuff, because I've also been watching Hagen Peak or something on Netflix for the past couple of days, and that's also very thrilling and weird. So I kind of need to calm down for a little bit. Maybe we'll read another like holiday romance very soon. But yeah, that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it motivated you to maybe pick up a thriller or maybe even one of this author's books, and I'll see you in the next one.